More on this mega deal now. Bloomberg's M&A reporter Alex Sherman has today's deals report. Alex.
Thanks, Vani. This has been one of the wildest M&A situations I've ever covered, really. This has been going on for months and months, swinging back and forth between potential buyers and who's in various different consortiums as the buyer. So today's news is that Toshiba has reached a tentative agreement with a group led by Bain, the private equity firm based in the United States, and backed by a number of different companies, including Apple, Dell, SK Hynix, Seagate, several others, also potentially having the backing of some Japanese banks and funds. And in fact, Toshiba will also own a small portion of the company as it moves forward. This may not be over yet, and in fact, even late last night, we reported that the Bain Consortium thought they were going to lose to a competitive bid by KKR and also Western Digital. Western Digital is sort of the big reason this may not be over. We'll get to that in a minute. But Bain actually went to Apple late last night and said, look, you've got to up your funding in this deal, or at least in the debt portion of the deal. It's a story we broke last night where Bain went to Apple and said, you need to boost your contribution from about $3 billion to maybe $7 billion, lower your equity stake, raise your debt stake to get some debt back in the company, and we'll see moving forward if we can reach a deal. We don't know yet exactly how much equity or debt each of these companies own in this new company. Those details we're still trying to report out.
And Alex, you just mentioned Western Digital. Of course, that's been the big elephant in the room. Do we know what happens to the deal if the legal challenges continue?
Well, it's possible that it's still in jeopardy. I mean, Western Digital all along has said that it owns rights to this memory chip business through a deal it did earlier last year, maybe even 2 years ago now, for a company called SanDisk. It said SanDisk owns right to this Toshiba memory chip business. Memory chips really important these days because companies like Apple, which is why they got involved here, use the memory chips for storage of, say, videos and photos and so many things that people use smartphones to. The second largest producer of these memory chips after Toshiba, Samsung. And of course, Samsung, a huge smartphone competitor to Apple. That is why Apple played such a big role in dictating at least the tentative outcome for this deal, an $18 billion deal, the largest technology deal we've seen all year.